All right, the Line Whisperer is back. Didn't record a video last week, but I did record bets. And it's a sad time. We're into our last week of college football. Last full Saturday of college football. 57 games, though, that we're going to get to. But before we get to that, we'll get to that tomorrow. First, let's do a recap because I'm going 8-1 in my last 9 best bets. 3 every week. And the only one I lost was by a missed extra point by damn Minnesota. Damn Minnesota. So let's first go back to 3 weekends ago. And my best bets, which you'll see up here now. Louisiana Lafayette minus 22, Arkansas State minus 1.5, and Illinois minus 20.5. Another thing I realized when I started winning repeatedly was when I started showing Cookie only. So we got her here. Right now she's a little unhappy to be in this room, but look at that. Arkansas State was a great line whisperer. They were favored on the road. They were down 21-3, came all the way back. And Illinois is going to be a common theme. So that was a nice win right there. As we saw, all 3 of them went 3-0. That was our small school Saturday. Next up, after small school Saturday, was state school Saturday. As we'll see here, we went with the Fighting Illini of Illinois over Michigan State. Another game that I started out down 28-3. Even getting 14.5, it wasn't looking promising. But Illinois scored before the half, 28-10, and then came roaring back and won outright. Right, Cookie? Won outright. And then, of course, Baylor TCU, which was ridiculous. Baylor was down 9-0 going in the fourth. Tied it overtime. Ridiculous play after ridiculous play, but ended up covering. That was a minor miracle. But Iowa plus 8.5 over Wisconsin. They were within that the whole time. They were actually down 8, and then amazingly had an 80-yard touchdown play, which they missed a 2-point conversion. But who cares? They still covered. So at this point, we had small school Saturday 3-0, and then state school Saturday 3-0 for a total of 6-0. And then finally, this past weekend, I didn't have the alliterative term of state school or small school Saturday. I was just calling it heavy fave Saturday. University of Florida is favored by 7. I thought that line should have been 10 or 11. So the line whisperer liked the University of Florida there over Mizzou. Everybody was loving Mizzou. Mizzou stinks. And Florida has a good defense. Florida ended up covering easily in the second half. Second one I also liked was Indiana versus Penn State. Indiana covered all 60 minutes. Got a little dicey in the third where it looked like Penn State might pull away. But didn't happen. Indiana came back and scored. Make that a nice comfortable cover. And then the one that I lost was Minnesota, Iowa, which didn't look good at all in the beginning. Iowa was up 13-0, 20-13. And then Minnesota comes within 4 and kicks the extra point and stinking misses to go 8-1. So that's a quick recap of the last 3 weekends of the best bets. Sitting at 8-1. Let's roll into the final weekend of 57 games to choose from.